there, motorcycle fans. How's everyone doing? Right, we've stopped at our usual stop for breakfast. It's a sunny Sunday. Today is Lincoln Bike Fest. We are in Lincolnshire, but because the weather was so crappy yesterday, instead of going shooting yesterday, we decided to go today, so we're not doing Lincoln Bike Fest this year. I've done it for the last 4 years or so straight, so we decided to go shooting instead. So this is where we're at. So this is where we normally call in for a breakfast. Flies. Flies, flies. So, I don't know what we're going to shoot today. Doug, the gun shop owner, said he's hopefully going to fix my M16 22, so we shall see. If that's fixed, I'll shoot that. If not, I shall shoot my 1911 22. And Missy over there probably wants to shoot her CZ, and she might want to do the 100-meter range just to show off, won't she? Yes. Anyway, I should just update you motorcycle fans on current state of bikes. Firstly, a couple of weeks ago I'd taken the engine cases off the Kawasaki H1B, polished them, put them back. That's not been ridden for a couple of years. So I had a mild restoration, had paint work done. So I took it round to your indicator's on. That's it. So I took it round to the mechanic round the corner from our workshop, Rick, to bleed the oil lines and to just make sure the points are all set up. Also, I had a leak in the oil pump on the Hustler, the T250J. So I asked him to do the same thing, just bleed the system through, just to make sure it's running right, because don't want it seizing up. Anyway, I got a call, Kat, can you just come round? Problem with the H1B. It says engine's great, which I know it was. Problem is, there's 2 pinholes in the exhaust on one side. Now that doesn't seem a lot, but it's very, very thin metal. So oh right, okay, I wasn't concentrating. Do you think there's police is there or something? Okay. So yes, really needs a new exhaust system, which is £1,500. Eek. But that's not the biggest problem. It's been pulling oil through from the crankcase straight into the exhaust, which means one of the seals gone on the crank, so it needs a new crank. That's 1,000. So that's 2,500 plus labour. So I suppose you're looking at 3,000. Which is a bit of a pain. Bought the bike for 6,200. It's now going to be worth, when it is finished again, about 13, so it is worth doing it, but it's an expense I didn't really want. So that's that, and also, so I took the Hustler around, and then it was, Kat, can you just come round? Okay, let's go. And the oil is bleeding out of the system, so this is the 2-stroke injection system. So to say I just rebuilt the pump, I'm going to have to send that away for an expert to do it, who can actually test the lines and see what's occurring. So that's not good, but hopefully that'll be sorted for less than £100, and then that'll be on the road to spring. Probably go to Parsons Drove on that. The Ducati, a week or so ago, was going shooting on it, in fact last week. Got it out of the workshop, just clicked, battery was flat. Now, it'd been on charge, it shouldn't have gone so flat without it being on charge for a couple of days, so put it on charge. The battery didn't take the full charge. Whatever battery tender I tried, still flat, and I noticed there's a big bulge on the side of the battery, so that's shot. So I ordered a new battery from my suppliers, because they get it to treat, you know, and they hadn't packed it very well. I got a gel type, and this damn thing had cracked, so that was on Friday, so they're sending me a new one out on Monday. But the scary thing was, every time I switched the ignition on the Ducati, it came up with an error code, and the error code meant the front suspension was shot, which could be a software problem, which wouldn't cost a lot. Could be an electronic problem, which is about £1,000, or it could be the forks, which are £3,000. Luckily, Anna loaned me a battery which I'm not going to ride with because it is slightly different, but it keeps my clock going and everything in miles per hour rather than kilometres. When I switched the ignition on it, the fault had cleared, so that's just an error because the battery is so low. As Anna says, she knows these things. When it's cycling through and doing its checks, it probably only got that far and stopped. So that's quite good. So all in all, the H1B will not be on the road this summer, but hopefully next summer the Hustler will be, and hopefully the Ducati will be next week. So there we go. So I was saying it's all happening, but £3,000 I can do without, to be honest. But there we go. That's part and parcel of having classic bikes, I suppose. But the exhaust weren't leaking a couple of years ago when it was put into storage, but obviously during the last couple of winters it must have been thin. I think it's been replated at some time. I don't think it can be welded and replated again, so luckily they do make new ones which are an exact replica, so there we go. So that's my update, Motorcycle fans, and I shall talk to you soon. Bye bye.